everybody. So unfortunately, my intro clip has disappeared. So let me tell you what I told you in the intro clip. It was that I was starting a Tempest of tea, as well as I was about to start making some crafts for my brother's baby shower. So that is what you're seeing here. I will have an update on a Tempest of tea in just a second after the crafting process. But enjoy the footage of me making baby crafts. Bye. So it's not perfect, but keep in mind, this is the first banner I've ever made, and I'm gonna get some of my self-adhesive tape roller and like try and fix the ones that are trying to spiral forward, but I think it came out cute. First task done. Let me show you the mess that I've made in the process. And that's just craft one. In other news though, I don't care about a Tempest of tea. I'm on chapter 10, but I don't think I've ever wanted to DNF a book more in my life. Like, is that awful of me? I really don't care about this book whatsoever. We're 10 chapters in and I zone out so much that I can't tell you what the plot is other than like we're getting a cast of characters together to do some sort of heist. Let me tell you, Miss Bourne did it better and more clearly and succinctly, because don't you think 10 chapters in, like I should know what's happening? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. So at least for this week, I'm DNFing it. We'll see if I feel like picking it up next week because the live show isn't until the 11th, but this is not what I want to read this week. While the cricket is doing its thing, I did pick up another book. Clearly it's late and my makeup is wasting away, but I started another book. I started Expiration Dates by Rebecca Searle, which is one of my in-person book club picks, and to be honest, it's not one that I was super excited about, but I like to go to my in-person book club because it's all my teacher friends, and even if I don't like the book, we have a good time. And unfortunately, I haven't had the best luck with this book club's picks recently, but this book is interesting. I'm listening to it on Everand and it's a super short audiobook, so no problems there. But it's about our main character Daphne, and her whole life she has received notes telling her the name of the person that she's going to date next and how long they're going to date. The book kicks off with her getting one of these notes with someone's name on it. For the first time in her life, there is no date, like no amount of time that they're gonna last. So she assumes that this is like end game for her. So I'm just kind of early in the book right now, and they've met up with each other a few times and he seems like a really nice guy. We're also getting backstory into other men that she has dated throughout her life and kind of their relationship and how it's ended and how she's coped with knowing that it's going to end. Like if you knew that you were going to get in a relationship and that it was going to end, how would you then act in the relationship? It's like predestination, but with dating. Anyway, she also has this best friend who is a former boyfriend of hers, and his name is Hugo, and I like Hugo, so I want her to be with Hugo, but maybe this is just the friends to lovers person that I am, because they dated and now they're friends and I want them to get back together. But that's how I will always be with that kind of trope. I wouldn't say that the prose is like the most beautiful thing ever, but it's not super basic either, and I'm liking it more than I expected. The audiobook is like 6 hours long, and I listen to contemporary audiobooks around 2 times speed, so this should be a pretty quick listen. I'll probably finish it tonight or tomorrow. So I'm gonna keep cutting some vinyl. Let me show you what I've made so far. 24 of these signs with my brother's name on them, and I have been looking at them for so long, I'm like, did I spell that right? But that's his name. His name is Gray. And right now I'm cutting vinyl for the other side. So this is going to be for a game. I don't know what the game is, so don't ask me, but people are going to hold up whether they think it's Gray or whether they think it's Caitlin. So that's what we're working on right now. But I'm going to keep listening to my book and maybe get the rest of these finished, and then I will be done with all of my decoration responsibilities, which will be very nice. And then I can clean up this mess. My friends, no one is as shocked as me about several things. Number 1, that it's 11:30 on a school night and I'm still up. Number 2, that I finished all my crafts tonight. And that number 3, I just gave Expiration Dates 4 stars. What? Part of it is just I haven't been in the mood for a contemporary book. And then the other part of it is I've had no interest in her other books. So I was like, why would I have an interest in this one? I started listening to it while I was getting some of the stuff done. and I could not stop listening to it. First of all, Julia Whalen narrates it, so of course I'm gonna like at least that part. Even if you take out the aspect of the magical realism of the universe delivering the main character these notes, there's just something so human about it, and at least for me, something so relatable, because it's about a woman in her 30s, and yes, like, she receives these notes about relationships, but like, she's single, and you don't read many books about that where like the main character is overall at peace with that fact. And that was extremely refreshing to read about. And without getting too into spoilers, and if you don't want to know anything about this book, skip forward until I'm not holding this ridiculous bookmark anymore. So when I put this down, you can come back. There is an aspect of this book that deals with chronic illness that is diagnosed suddenly in your 20s that could potentially be fatal to you, and you having to wrap your mind around what that means for the rest of your life and your relationships. And whoo boy, did that hit hard. I've touched on it here and there throughout my vlogs, but I have had ulcerative colitis since I was 15. But I had another very bad flare up of it when I was in college. I was 23. It put me in the hospital for, I think, almost a month of college, but honestly, it is so blurry in my mind, I can't give you a timeline. But that's scary enough as it is. But I also was dealing with blood clots in my lungs, a double pulmonary embolism that was brought on by taking birth control. So I will speak out about that at length another time. When I got diagnosed with one, we found out about the other. Basically, my doctors told me that they were shocked I had not gone into a stroke because of my exercise routines and like me trying to battle my body in every single way through exercise. Anyway, that was kind of a little bit of a tangent, but I found that aspect of the book so relatable and not something that I have ever seen touched on in a novel before in the way that this one did. So I left this book feeling extremely appreciative, not necessarily even for the plot, just for what this book did for me. But I'm putting the bookmark down, so spoiler territory is over. Welcome back if you had to click away. That's really all I'm going to say for that right now. April 2nd, and my first book is down, and it is time for this teacher. Peace out and go to sleep because I'm tired. I can't find my work ID, but that's okay because it's a 7 brew morning. I don't think I ever showed y'all. One of my students made me a WWJD bracelet. I thought that was the sweetest thing. So she watches my videos, so thank you. But let's get this coffee. Picking one up for my coworker too. Hey guys, I'm very blind right now, but that's because my new glasses came in today, and I have wanted to try Pair Eyewear for a really long time because I just love the idea of getting to like change up the look of your glasses without having to buy a whole new set of lenses. If you haven't heard of Pair Eyewear, I'll link them below. I am absolutely not sponsored. I paid for this with my money. You pick out a pair of base frames, and I went clear because I feel like your makeup still stands out when you go clear, but you can get little toppers to change the look of them. So I went very basic for my first pair, and I just got a set of tortoiseshell toppers. So we can go from clear to tortoiseshell. And as if that wasn't enough, this was what really sold me. You can turn them into sunglasses without getting prescription sunglass lenses. This is gonna be game-changing for the pool this summer, but I really like the clear. I just sat here and filmed my March wrap up, and I'm about to make dinner and then edit my video, which usually that takes most of the evening, but I want to get it up for you tomorrow because I'm trying to stick to a 2 video a week schedule at this point. So I don't know how much I'm going to get to read today, but I'm still really happy that I finished a whole book yesterday. And I'm also really happy that I finished those crafts last night. I'm almost done with baby shower duties, except I have to make a potato salad probably Friday evening, maybe tomorrow evening, we'll see. Oh, this is chaotic. I swear there's a system to all this, but it just feels chaotic.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings.
It's so hard to make Indian food look appetizing, but this is some jasmine rice, some naan, zucchini, red pepper, red onion, sweet potato in the sauce that I just buy pre-made from Kroger, and it is like my comfort meal. This is in my top 5 all favorite meals of all time. Sometimes I do it with chicken, but I was feeling the veggies today. I just had Raisin Bran for dinner. I know not everybody is a Raisin Bran person. I am a Raisin Bran person. I love Raisin Bran. I get the crunchy with the oat clusters, and sometimes it just hits. But we are about to get ready for Thrillerathon. So my friend Rachel at the Bestie Book Sleeve, she used to be Happy Go Lovely Book Sleeves, but now she's the Bestie Book Sleeve. She is hosting a weekend-long thriller readathon for her birthday. Basically, her readathon is to pick 4 thrillers. I am not picking 4 thrillers because this weekend is insanely busy with the baby shower and theater rehearsal. So it's just not realistic for me to get 4 books read. But I'm going to try and get 2-3 books read. So let me explain. The 2 that are definitely on my TBR are Murder Road by Simone St. James, which I'm about to go start. I'll show it to you in a second. And Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. But I also have some friends in my little fantasy Discord friend group who want to start reading The Tainted Cup, which you can't really classify as a thriller, but it is a fantasy with a mystery aspect. So we're going to lump that one in there too, because I want to start at the same time as them. So we're going to go wrap it up for the evening, take a shower, and then get to Thrillerathon. These 2 get along so rarely that I have to document this. Hey, Bubba. Hey. I matched my classroom today. Me and my friend just went and got loaded teas, pina colada and watermelon and raspberry, maybe? It's really good, whatever it is. Wearing my tortoiseshell frames today. And at the tea place, they had some like fall winter clothes on sale for $5. I got this cute little waffle knit for $5. That's exciting. Hi guys, the lighting right here is never the best, but it's Friday night and I wanted to give you a reading update and it's just an everything update. Actually, other than the lighting, I like this spot. We'll try and make it work. So I am currently on Rachel's Sprints, the Bestie Book Sleeve, and I am reading Murder Road. It's a thriller themed weekend. I think I already talked about it. And the last sprint, I got 74 pages in. So I don't know, like a fourth of the way. And I really like this book so far. It starts off with a newlywed couple driving. It's set in the 90s, and this newlywed couple is driving towards their honeymoon and they get lost. They're like on this very isolated road and they see this girl walking and there's like nobody else around, no cars, no people, no lights on, nothing. And they see her walking and it looks like something is wrong and they feel obligated to pick her up. And it starts off really stinking creepy. They're eventually suspects in a murder case. I'll just put it that way. And nobody really knows what's going on because as far as we know, they didn't commit the murder, but nobody else was really around. And the husband might have issues with seeing things, and the setting is very small town. It just feels very, very creepy. And without the like access to smartphones and laptops to look things up like we have today, they're having to do a lot of their own investigating. So mystery, thriller, a little bit of maybe paranormal. I'm really liking it so far. I wouldn't say the writing is anything that's like blowing me away, but every now and then we get like a sentence or two that is genuinely creeping me out. But I'm having a lot of fun reading it. I am gonna have to put it down in a little bit because I have to make potato salad for the baby shower. Which I'm really excited about the baby shower because obviously it's celebrating my nephew, but there are a few things adjacent to the baby shower that are making me feel very stressed and anxious. So while I'm excited to celebrate my nephew, I'm also very anxious about the other things that are coming with the stressors that are happening tomorrow. So come Saturday evening, I will probably be a much less anxious person. But I've also never made potato salad before, so we're gonna go on that adventure together. After school, I met with my sister-in-law and her sister, whose name is also Heather. So my poor nephew, he's not gonna have two Aunt Heathers. I'm gonna be Aunt Kitty or Aunt Kiki. Anyway, we went shopping at Sam's for all of the food and the decor and drinks and stuff. So I haven't had much time to read, but this book reads really fast. I read 30 pages on the last sprint and I only ended up reading for about 25 minutes. And so even though it is somewhat late at night, I just made myself an iced coffee in my pretty little mug from TJ Maxx. And I'm gonna read some more and get scared some more before I make this potato salad. It's 1:15 in the morning, and Kitten and I would just like you to know that I just finished the potato salad. Yeah, tell the people.
Was the first one to get their tonsils taken out. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Ball, and sword.
I had someone message me and say, why are you using melasma cream if you don't have melasma? To which I say, I have melasma, okay? Hi friends, we are here to finish off the vlog. My hair is looking crazy because I just sat up from finishing reading, but we're gonna finish the vlog anyway. First of all, how cute is my NSYNC shirt that I got from Sam's Club? It's the best. Secondly, we're here to say that we finished Murder Road by Simone St. James. And my friends, I was pleasantly surprised. Not that I wasn't thinking I wouldn't like it, because I was. I ended up giving it 3.75 just to go ahead and throw that out there, which is not a bad rating, okay? 4 stars are really, really good. 5 stars are all-time favorite. So a 3.75 is just below really, really good. It's really good. It gives me heart-shaped box vibes in a way, if you've read that by Joe Hill, but it's not the same plot or anything at all, just similar vibes. There were parts that I was definitely creeped out. It takes place in the 90s and you definitely get those vibes. Think of a 90s day before you had internet, or you only had dial-up internet and you're kind of bored in the afternoon, but there's still stuff to do. That's how this book was. The beginning, you found yourself a little bit bored, but you're also I'm in a small town in the 90s, so it makes sense. That was probably the worst review ever. It makes sense, I promise. So I really enjoyed that. And so this week was quite the week, y'all. I read 2 books. I read Murder Road and I read Expiration Dates. Both of them were pleasantly surprising books. And both of them were not fantasy reads, which last month I only read fantasy. So go me for diversifying my genres a little bit more. I made it through the situations of yesterday relatively unscathed. It was a very anxious day. I had a little minty bee in the bathroom before everything started, but I made it through. I won a McAllister's gift card, so that's exciting. Apparently, I was super, super tense all day yesterday because I woke up this morning and my muscles hurt so bad. I'm so sore for literally no reason except that I was just holding all the tension in my little stressed body yesterday. So I'm glad that that's all over and now I can just be excited for my nephew to get here. Yeah, we're gonna end the vlog and I will see you next week with another one with some really exciting reads. If you watched all the way to the end of this video, why don't you leave me a car emoji or an envelope emoji, either for Murder Road or for Expiration Dates, because both were good books and those emojis fit pretty perfectly. As always, y'all, my social media is linked down below. Please make sure you like this video because it helps support my channel. Leave a comment down below if you want to chat about anything that happened. And I really look forward to bringing you guys another video soon. Bye, guys.